Hi everybody, I'm Tony at Show IP Interface Brief, and this is going to be a little different video because I'm recording the video before I lab. This is going to be a short vlog video just to sort of document where I am and to congratulate myself for making it here 1 week, right? This is actually day 7. I did not lab on Sunday. Sunday was my cheat day. So I didn't do any labs. I was on the computer. I did do some work, but I did not do any labs, so I'm not counting yesterday, Sunday, as one of my 100 days. Instead, day 7 is today, Monday. I'm going to do a small lab tonight after I do this vlog, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to stay up all night labbing. I am exhausted. So yesterday, I went ahead and upgraded EVE-NG Community Edition. I'm running the Community Edition here in my lab. I'm upgraded to 203-92. Seems to be the most current version. I'm hoping that it solves some of the issues I was seeing, but I doubt it. I just kind of have my fingers crossed that maybe it will, because I think the issues I was seeing was sort of maybe image specific or configuration specific and not necessarily platform specific. So EVE-NG's been pretty good. Although my first couple of days working with it were a little rocky. It's been pretty stable and pretty solid. So those guys have done a really good job. And I'm going to continue using the product until I see a reason to do something else. So it was a real easy upgrade. I'm sure you guys have seen Land Tamers videos. It took 2 commands to upgrade, and they're there on the Community Edition website. And as long as you have internet connectivity, it takes about 5 minutes, and then Bob's your uncle. So this has been really fun, and I really enjoy having this little community of support around. And so yesterday I was talking with my my friend the Land Tamer, and we talked about streaming, about sort of how we can make this better. And he brought up a couple of things that I hadn't considered as sort of a positive byproduct of doing these streams and being involved in producing videos and uploading them and stuff like that. And some of those things are, it's teaching, because the Land Tamer runs a really awesome stream. He's the reason I'm here and participating with all of you. Some of the things that we're learning through doing streaming is time management, community management. So time management, we got to make sure we stay on track, we stay on topic, and we manage our time, especially myself. I want to get the most out of my labbing experience, and really these vlogs come second to that. So I want to make sure I have very good time management, and I'm aware of how much time I'm actually spending labbing. Some of the other things is community management. That's reaching out to the community and communicating back and forth and being able to have that open door policy with some of the members in the community, and that's been really good. Blogging. I'm not the best blogger, but I try to keep up. And although I don't think I'll be making a blog for every day of my 100 days journey, rather I might just have a tracking sheet where I track each day and what I've done, any resources I use, and I do have a page like that on the website. So time management, community management, blogging, vlogging, which is something new to me. Kind of Land Tamer sort of pushed me into it. I saw what he was doing and I saw how effective it was for him, so I went ahead and got started as well. A couple other things, video editing. I really enjoy video editing. I've had some experience doing it previously, not professionally, but just for amateur, for fun, and I found some really good software, and I really enjoy doing it, and putting these videos together has been really cool. So I hope you all enjoy watching the videos, and let me know if there's any improvements. And then planning, trying to come up with a schedule for doing labs, and when are we going to stream, and when are we going to lab, and how are we going to engage community, and sort of that sort of planning, and so much more. So there's a lot more to this than just labbing and vlogging. There's a lot that's really being gained from it that we are both learning, and it's adding to our tool set and our skill set as well. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from the community about this 100 days of labbing. It's very encouraging to hear positive feedback, so a big thank you to all of you who reached out. Seriously, a big thank you. It has been really encouraging. Some of the feedback I get, and one of the common things I get asked are, where do I get my topologies from, and where do I get my labs from? So far on the first 6 days, they are topologies that I designed. I think they're pretty basic. It's a basic DMVPN architecture, as well as the lab objectives were just things I sort of wanted to solve or kind of just wanted to perfect or become comfortable with, which is configuring DMVPN and a couple of the routing protocols therein. People have asked, how can they get their hands on the topologies? So that's forced me, that's not something I had thought about ahead of time. I didn't think I'd be needing to share topologies with people, but as more and more viewers are watching videos and they're seeing the labs, they want to follow along or give it a try or see the answers at the end. So that's forced me to sort of come up with an easy way to share topologies, and it has to be easy, or else I can't, because I don't have enough time to add additional steps in my current workflow with all that we're doing already. So the quick and dirty answer was I created a dummy Dropbox account. It's a free account, it gives me 2 gigabytes free, and I'm dumping all of the assets of the 100 Days Labbing into there. Now granted, the first 6 days I hadn't done that yet because this is new, so starting from here on, anytime I make a new topology or a new lab or something worth sharing, I'll be dropping it in Dropbox, and I'll be including a link to the Dropbox. It's a public link in each video, so you guys can track it that way. It has worked pretty good, so I went ahead and posted that. I shared it privately last night in the Land Tamer Discord server. And it was the first time I've ever shared or exported a topology out of EVE-NG and shared it with anybody. And that really worked great. I was really surprised. I thought it was going to be sort of a bumpy road, you know, having to sort of coach people through importing a topology, something that I'm not even sure how to do. And it wasn't. It was really easy, and it was really smooth sailing. And I think that's really a testament to the EVE-NG guys and the amount of work that they've put in to make a platform for sharing topologies. So thanks for all the great work, guys, and I'm going to keep trying to push out labs for everyone to enjoy, or at least to follow along. And that worked out well. So you should be able to download them and import them as long as you have the VIOS image, which is what I'm building my topologies on. I think if I ever use a different image, because I have other images, I'll probably make a note of that. But typically everything I do is going to be running on VIOS. And people have also asked, another question that I get from feedback in the videos and through Twitter and on chat is people want to know, how do I make the videos? What software do I use? What hardware do I use? What's my whiteboard software that I draw on the screen with? And because I've gotten this question a couple of times, I think the best way to do it is to just go ahead and sort of make an answer video to that. So a few days ago, I posted a picture on Twitter with the caption, "A peek into the studio." That was really just my little corner in my little office here where I had finished up a lab and finished up a video, and I was rendering a video. And so if you look on the desk there, everything is done in a Surface Pro 4. This entire recording, the recording 2 screens, the microphone input, the lab environment, the video editing software, everything's done on Surface Pro 4. So I think what I'm going to do is sort of shoot a behind the scenes video to kind of show how I make these videos, how I work with my Surface Pro to get the most out of it. You know, I don't get paid to say that, but I do love the Surface Pro, and especially because I'm a guy who lives by the whiteboard, and so this just gives me a digital whiteboard to play with, and it's been really cool. I've used it now for over 2.5 years, and I really love the Surface Pro 4. And so there is no magic to making these videos. There's no magic software or anything like that. It's just a lot of hard work. It really is hard work to get this done. So I'm going to make a little behind the scenes video. I think that'll be cool. I have some ideas on how to showcase that, and that'll be cool. So I just wanted to say that these are all sort of lessons learned, right? I didn't go into this knowing how to do any of this. I just sort of charged in, and we're just figuring out as we go. I didn't know I needed to share topologies. Now I know I need to share topologies. I didn't know people were interested in my rig or how I'm making videos, and now I realize that it can be helpful to other people. The more people we get to contribute to the community with good information, the more educated we all become. And I can't wait to see what happens next. This is all a learning process. As we progress through this journey, everything will improve. If I look at the video that we did on day 1 and day 2 and sort of how my workflow is and how I'm working through the different labs and stuff, everything is improving. The videos are improving. The audio is improving. The timing, the labs, sharing, learning, everything is improving. So I suspect that by the time we make it to day 100, I'm probably going to have a party, and I will invite all of you in a private chat, and it'll be really cool. And I can't wait to see the quality we have after 100 days of this. Another thing was, while I was talking to Land Tamer last night, he asked me that do I have a plan, or am I going through a workbook, or how do I choose my labs and technologies, or what? And I felt like a buffoon answering him, but sadly, no, I don't have any workbooks or a plan or anything like that. You guys have heard me before say I'm not a planner. I like to just dive in and see what happens. But as I'm working through this, I realize the importance of planning, and so I am formulating a little bit of a plan. So when I started this journey, I really just wanted to become comfortable with DMVPN. And so over the last 6 days, I hammered DMVPN. And I'm so excited to announce that I have never been more comfortable with the technology than I am with configuring DMVPN. I feel like I know it, the basic DMVPN. I know there's a lot of nerd knobs to turn, but the basic DMVPN, I think I can crank it out with my eyes closed, and that's exactly how comfortable I wanted to be. That's exactly why I do these labs, and I hammer it out, and I grind it out, because it's so important. And I want to become that comfortable. I want to have that comfortability with all technologies, with all the technologies that are within scope of the lab, right? That's why I'm doing this, to prepare myself for the lab. So I really just want to become most comfortable with the technologies. Excuse my nose itches. And so I'm sort of like living proof right now, and I've proved it to myself, that if you grind it out and you lab every day, you too can become fluent in whatever you're working towards, but you just have to put in the time, and it takes time. You have to grind it out. There's no quicker way to do it. You have to grind it out. So as for a plan, I have developed a loose plan. It's still taking shape and may change shape as time goes on, but here's what I'm working with. I'm really happy with the results of that I've gotten over DMVPN. So I want to be able to have that comfortability with routing protocols. I want to take the next step into routing protocols. I want to start targeting RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, and BGP, which are all on the CCIE lab. And I don't want to do a deep dive for each one. Like, I've been through the INE, I've been through the INE Advanced Technologies Workbook, and there's a lot of deep dives where we're looking at just about nearly every configurable option for a lot of these protocols. And I don't want to do a deep dive right now. Instead, what I want to do is I want to become as comfortable as I am with configuring DMVPN. I want to be that comfortable with each of the 4 protocols in every way they can be configured, right? RIP v1, RIP v2, RIP NG, EIGRP, IPv6 EIGRP, EIGRP named mode, OSPF v2, OSPF v3, IPv6, BGP, and BGP VPN v4. And I don't know if IPv6 BGP is on the lab. If it is, I'll be throwing that in there. I just want to be able to configure the basics. So anytime I ever see it in a requirement, configure this protocol using this address family, whatever, I want to know exactly what the commands are before I put my hands on the keyboard. That's the way I am with DMVPN now, and it's because of the labbing. I want to get that way with these next couple of protocols. So over the next week, I think I'm going to build sort of a simple sample topology that I can dump each of the protocols into and use that as my foundation for practice. And I just want to hammer it out. I'm just going to grind it out and do each protocol until I know them all. And just the basics. I don't want to get too deep because there will be time to do the deep dives for each of those protocols. But for right now, I want to do just the basic configurations, which is just getting them up and running so I can see how they work. I want to go through the PCAPs. I want to go through the debugs and to have that better understanding of the basics. Then we'll take the next step to deep dives a little later on. So I didn't lab this Sunday. I spent the day working around the house, doing my contributions around the house. My wife is really taking care of the house and the family while I dedicate all my free time to labbing and studying. So Sunday I took day to be a family man, and I'm glad I did. I got to see my family. We got to have fun. It was great weather. But we also took the time to have a discussion about what my lab strategy is going to be and about what my practice, what I'm doing here, what my labbing strategy is going to be, to sort of prepare her for what kind of schedule we're looking at and how much I need her, and to also talk about the times when she needs me, right? There's going to be times within these next 100 days where I'm not going to be able to lab because I need to do my part to be part of the family. And that's important. If you have a family, this is a family effort. This isn't something you can just do in your free time and just get by. It really takes dedication. It takes dedication from the family too. So make sure you include your family in the discussions. I am very glad that I did, and my wife is so supportive. And I want to make sure I can be there for her the same way she's being there for me in supporting me in doing these labs. So that wraps it up. That's my short vlog. I hope to see you all around for the next 93 days. Tonight's lab, we're going to start OSPF routing basics and review. I have a couple of topologies I'll be kicking out, and thanks for watching.